Stars, welcome to the 15th episode of Cobra Kai Karate Month Season 5! Ha! Yes, that's right. This is going to be the last episode of Cobra Kai Karate Month where we're going to be reviewing the complete series of Cobra Kai. But before that, I'm not in the right room for this, and I'm not wearing the right outfit for this. So, that being said, let's fix that. Now we're wearing the proper clothes, we're in the proper place for this video, and yes, I'm wearing a Cobra Kai gi, and that is because I thought it would be special to wear a Cobra Kai gi rather than my karate gi. And we're also in the dojo, where it all started. I know in the intro I said this is going to be a Cobra Kai review from season 1 to 6. I actually want to do something different. This is actually going to be the Evolvement of Cobra Kai, and also Cobra Kai Karate Month, so I'll be interested to end off the series on that note rather than reviewing Cobra Kai. I'm gonna mention the seasons in order, season 1 to 6, and I'm actually gonna break up season 6 into parts like it came out, and when I mention each season, I'm gonna mention my reaction to the season, how I felt when watching it, and I'm gonna break it somewhat. If you remember how I ranked it in the last video, the last time I ranked it, I'm gonna say if it stays in that position or it moved on the list. And not only that, I'm also gonna discuss the involvement of Cobra Kai Karate Month. So, with that being said, let's get started with season 1. Season 1 of Cobra Kai came out in 2018, and I watched it, and that was a good show. And it was on YouTube at first. This was way before Netflix, and I felt like it was a good start to a series, and I felt it had potential. But at first, I wasn't sure how it would start getting that potential. But I really enjoyed season 1, and I believe it was really high on the list because it was a good start to a series. The way they introduced Johnny, some of the flashbacks of the final fight in Karate Kid, and how that leads to how Johnny's living in the series. He also meets Miguel, and after watching all 6 seasons of Cobra Kai, when I first saw Miguel, I was like, oh, this kid is a nerd. But he grew a lot as a character, and so does Johnny, and pretty much everybody in the series. At this point, Robbie and Miguel don't know each other, but they do start issues as season 1 progresses, because Miguel, he starts getting aggressive with Cobra Kai until they first meet, where Miguel literally pushes Sam at the party. What the heck? And then the tournament happens. That was when Miguel was fully into Cobra Kai and was aggressive, but he does become a better person throughout the series. And that's pretty much how I feel about season 1. And as for where I was with Cobra Kai Karate Month, I actually didn't start it yet. I just watched the first series, and I thought I was just gonna be a fan that watches the series, not make a full-on series myself, let me do karate. But at the time, I did do some karate videos. At this point, I believe I just got my yellow belt, so there was 2 karate testing videos at this point, because it happened in April. So yeah, I think I was a yellow belt at the time. I posted 1 test video where I showed myself doing katas, sparring, and whatnot, and pretty much at the point, only karate content I have on my channel. And also, I think I did the speech at the time too, where I did the Kina and Yandan, the 4th kata, karate. But other than that speech, and I think 1 testing video, that's pretty much all the karate content I have on my channel. And I didn't do Cobra Kai Karate Month at the time, but with the next season, that's where that all changed. Now it's time for Cobra Kai Season 2. This season, oh wow. It starts off right after the tournament that happened in season 1, and it was a pretty cool season. Robbie, he changes. He started changing in season 1 because he started doing karate with Daniel, but in this season, he fully embraces Miyagi-Do until, but we'll get to that later. This season takes place during the summer, and it was the start of Miyagi-Do, and at this point, John Kreese is in the picture. He introduces himself on the last episode of season 1. He kind of changes how the classes run when Johnny was away, changing the students to be more. It really gets to Hawk, oh my god. He changed. His change started in season 1, he was a nerdy kid, kinda like Dimitri. But he starts through Cobra Kai with Johnny around, and in this season, he really gets aggressive, and it's mainly because of John Kreese. He messes up Miyagi-Do. What? Why? And also, we also meet a new student, Tori Nichols. Like, at this point, we don't know her story, but she does turn to be an aggressive character. We're not told why she's aggressive yet. I mean, she does have like a little hints, but we find out more details like later on in Cobra Kai. But geez, that school fight because of her, ooh. Mainly due to Miguel kisses Sam at the party. I did enjoy season 2, but the middle part of the season was kind of like slow. I mean, a lot of stuff happened, but then all of a sudden episode 9 happens and it's like crazy, and then episode 10 is where the school fight happens, and that, oh my god, that's a crazy like fight. Aside from a fight that I'm gonna talk about later on, like god, this this scene is crazy, especially when, well, this happens. Yeah, when that scene happens, I still feel shocked, like, oh my god, like, Miguel fallen, like, we do find out in later seasons that he's all good, but it took a while for season 3 to come out because of switch to Netflix. Like, season 2 was still on YouTube, but then at some point there was like issues with YouTube and they went to Netflix, and that caused us to not have season 3 for a while. Like, season 2 came out in 2019, and it wasn't until 2021 when season 3 like came out. And not only was that issue, like, switch happening between YouTube and Netflix, COVID was also happening. I'm not sure if they filmed season 3 during COVID, but that was probably an issue too. And because of that, that affected my second season of Cobra Kai Karate. But we haven't even touched base on the first season. Let's talk about that real quick. When season 2 of Cobra Kai came out, that's when I started Cobra Kai Karate Month. And when I filmed Cobra Kai Karate Month, like, season 2 was on its way, so I didn't know what happened yet. I didn't know that Miguel fell off the balcony. Like, I didn't know. I just saw the trailer and they didn't show the fall in the trailer because I guess they wanted that to be a big thing. But I had like a lighthearted season of Cobra Kai Karate Month, and it was really fun. Like, I actually filmed the very first episode in my room rather than the living room, which has become the main dojo. And even though I filmed the first episode in my room, I decided to move to the living room. And it was like a very simple season, like a very simple start to Cobra Kai Karate Month. Like, it was just me, not as a character. I was just a green belt at the time, showing off my katas. I showed the first 3 katas, and then I also did a kata from Cobra Kai. That was pretty interesting doing that kata. I was kind of bad at it because I'm used to the katas I do in karate, but it was still pretty interesting. And I also invite my mom. Like, she did one episode with me in season 1, and that's about all her time in Cobra Kai Karate Month, because I thought it would be an interesting idea to like have her. And I didn't think at the time I'll have like characters like in this, but that happens like later on. I also did a sign language video. I sung and signed "You're the Best Around," and I think I did alright with it. My singing, not really the best. My signing, I did okay with that, but I'm not really the best singer. I had like a few videos on my channel where I've like done sign language and singing at the same time, and it's not easy, like, when you're not a good singer and you're still rusty on sign language, like, doing that. But it was still really fun, and that was like the last episode of Cobra Kai Karate Month season 1. Now, let's move on to season 3. Season 3. It was like a long-awaited season of Cobra Kai. Like I said, we had no idea what happened to Miguel for the longest time. I personally thought he was dead. I don't know why I was thinking like that, but I did. But it turns out he's okay. Like, he was in a coma for 2 weeks, and that's not good. He also lost the ability to like walk for a bit, so that sucks. And the rest of season 3, he's growing. Like, he found out that Cobra Kai is not really the best for him anymore, and he moves on to another dojo, and that's Evolving. He's still loyal to Johnny, and he had like a bunch of bonding moments, like Johnny's like getting him back on his feet, which was pretty cool to see. And eventually, in episode 7, he's back on his feet, and he kicks butt in the last episode at the house fight. That was a pretty cool fight too, like, oh my god. Like, Tori was the most insane in that scene. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Robin, he actually went to jail for what he did to Miguel, and he gets out and turns to Cobra Kai. Like, sheesh. And after the house fight with his dad at the dojo, like, what? That was pretty fun too. But before season 3, like I said, we didn't know how Miguel was, and that kind of changed the feel of how I wanted season 2 to go of Cobra Kai Karate Muff. Season 2 of Cobra Kai Karate Muff was like a long season, and that's because we didn't know what happened to Miguel. I even said hashtag watch it for Miguel like throughout that whole season, and it wasn't even it was like a year-long season. And I also introduced Taekwondo guests and Karate guests because I actually took both. I got my green belt in Taekwondo, and at this point I just got my brown belt in Karate. And it started out with the green screen, and I was not using Premiere Pro at the time, so the green screen kind of looked like this. Good. And I actually started off with showing the sparring gear that we had in Taekwondo Karate, and then I also showed the katas again. I showed the Taekwondo katas, and then I showed the Karate katas. And I did it weirdly, like I had like a person over here saying like what I'm doing in the kata, and then I had myself doing the kata in slow motion, and I did the katas with the green screen. Like, it's not easy doing katas with the green screen because you need like a lot of space, and you practically need the green screen taking up the whole space, because some katas you had to move close to the camera and you had to move in different areas around the room, and it's not easy doing that with a small screen like this. Like, I can do stuff close to the green screen just fine, like me sitting down like this is okay, but if I go like this with my hands, as you see, it's like my hand gets cut off. Like, this is the only part of my hand that you see. And doing katas with green screen, they're gonna get cut off a lot. And it was like not easy doing katas with the green screen. So I went back to my roots and brought Cobra Kai Karate Muff in the living room. And the katas looked a lot better when I did them in here. That's pretty much what season 2 was. I did like katas, and I did like other stuff. I introduced bow staff, and I think nunchucks too, or I think it was season 3. But I introduced bow staff. I had Taekwondo guests do it, and it was pretty cool. I also had Taekwondo guests destroy the pumpkin, and that's when we had the trailer for season 3. I had my laptop out, and I introduced that during the Halloween episode. My genuine reaction to Miguel being okay was like, I didn't know he was gonna like wake up. So when I watched it like by myself, I was happy, and then I had karate guests, Taekwondo guests react to it, and my clothing skills at the time weren't really good either. Like, that segment was like hard to watch because I was like quiet with it, and it just didn't look the best. But after the clothing segment, it was just Taekwondo guests destroying the pumpkin, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing destroying the worst pumpkin ever, or the worst gingerbread house ever, and that was the first time I did like a martial arts theme to it, like having Taekwondo destroy it. And Taekwondo guests had a lot of fun with that. And then eventually I had karate guests destroy the first gingerbread house ever, because at this point it was still season 2. And then eventually season 3 came out, and I did a review of season 3. And after that review, I actually did another sign-in and singing video, like another sign-in video where I sang the song, and that's because I wanted to do Cruel Summer. That's a pretty good song, but oh my god, my singing was not good. Like, here's a clip of that. Cruel summer, it's a cruel, leaving me here on my own, it's a cruel summer, cruel, cruel now summer. You're gone. Like, I had myself as karate guest and Taekwondo guest signing and singing this, and I was really bad at it. Like, what was I thinking? Yeah, it wasn't really good, but that was still fun to do. And like the first verse, I had like scenes from Cobra Kai behind me, and then in the second verse, I had Cobra Kai Karate behind me, and it was, yeah, like I said, it was pretty fun, even though my singing and sign-in are really bad. Sign language is not that bad, but my singing is terrible, and that was like the last time I did like a sign-in and singing video, because my singing sucks. That leads us to season 4. Season 4 of Cobra Kai. When I put this on my list initially, I had it pretty low. After seeing season 6 part 1, I feel like this season is a whole lot better, so it's a little higher on the list, and we'll have like a list of how the seasons rank, because right now I can't really think about it on top of my head, but this season is a lot higher than where it was, like, and I'll mention reasons why when I get to season 6 part 1, but oh man, this season picks up where season 3 ended, and that's when Johnny and Daniel finally team up, and their dojos like team up too. And the contrast between the first scene in the season and the last scene in season 3 is like so funny. Like, here's a scene from season 3.
Ready? Let's begin!
And here's the same scene, but different in season 4.
Let's begin! Begin what exactly?
Like, it's so funny how different it is. Like, Johnny's all like, are you ready? Let's begin! Or something like that. And the kids were like, begin what? Like, that's so funny. And we're introduced to Terry Summer. And oh my god, this guy is way worse than Johnny Kreese. Like, he doesn't start out like that. Like, Johnny Kreese starts out like the bad guy. But then Terry Summer, like, tops Johnny Kreese and, like, being evil. Like, whoa. Like, he beats up Johnny Lawrence, and he also beats up Stingray. Like, it frames Johnny Kreese at the end. Like, oh my gosh. Like, there was a time period where he was not interested in karate, but thanks to Johnny Kreese, he is, and, well, it's taking it a little too far. He further manipulated Robbie into Cobra Kai, and Miguel started training Miyagi-Do, and yeah, this season's a lot of fun, and the tournament scenes, I think I said I like them, but I kind of like the season 1 scenes more. Like, they're both pretty good, but I think I like this a little more in season 1. Like, yeah, the sparring was a little different than season 1, but I like how they showed different sparring scenes and had the skills competition. Like, that was a lot of fun. Like, I get so pumped up with that tournament. A little more than what I do for season 1. Like, not much more, but like, yeah. And how they have 2 episodes dedicated to this tournament, like, I like that. And there's also a moment, like, related to Miguel's back injury that shocks me just as much as the fall did. And that's when he was trying to do the tornado kick, and like how they ended the episode on that, like, and they also have the credits with like sad music, and it was just as dramatic, like I said. And it wasn't a wait to find out if it was okay. You could like all the episodes came out all at once, so you were able to like watch episode 10 and find out he was okay. But when it first happened, oh my god, I was just as shocked as I was when the fall actually happened. But I knew there wasn't a wait, so I think I immediately watched episode 10, or I think I waited like a day. So there was like a little bit of suspense, like whatever would happen, but turned out he's alright. But with season 2, you had to wait a long time. Like, when it first initially happened, like, I was thinking he was dead or whatever. Like, I didn't think he'd be sparring again or whatever. But now with season 3 out, you're able to, like, see that he's good. It takes him a bit to, like, get on his feet and start sparring again. But he actually leaves the fight. Like, that was a little disappointing, but I get where he was coming from. He wanted to find out where his dad was and whatnot. So that's what he did, and that leaves us to season 5. But before that, I want to talk about Cobra Kai Karate season 3. This time, it was actually a month long. I actually did a joke about that in my trailer. Like, I had like 1 year, and Karate Ghost was like, let's fix that. Karate chops it, and it says 1 month. It was supposed to be January 18th to February something. I forgot the exact date I had, but it was supposed to happen like when next year happened. But instead, I waited a bit. I think I waited till like February or something to like do it, and it was still a lot of fun. And I did some different things in this. Like, I did introduce new things in season 2, but this, I actually started out testing comparison video. and that's because I did get a new belt. I got my brown advanced belt, like my first one, but I forgot to film it. Like, I had my camera ready to go, like my GoPro to film it, but I don't know, I just forgot to record. Like, my GoPro wasn't filming. It probably wouldn't be the best angle if I did record it. Like, it would have been like my green advanced belt testing, where the camera was like right here, and yeah, that would not be good. Like, it was like zoomed out. Like, you could see the people watching the test. I don't know why I didn't zoom it in. It was when I first started editing, so that's probably why. But this test would have looked similar to that, so I'm kind of glad I didn't film it, because no one was like in there watching it, because we were in like a small area. And then I eventually filmed my brown black stripe belt test, and you can see why it would have been hard to like have people in there, but in that episode, I did have that. We'll get to that. I started out with showing off the differences between Taekwondo testing and karate testing. I kind of missed the Taekwondo testing. Like, we had to do a written test, and then do the karate stuff, like katas first, then sparring, and we didn't do board breaking, but it was still fun. We had this like big dojo, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we didn't get the belts like right then. And I mentioned that we get the belts like the next class, but now we get the belts right at the test. And since they put on the belt, but for Taekwondo, it was actually a whole belt ceremony, and that was fun, but uncomfortable because we were like on our knees, and that was not fun. But started out with that testing video, and then I did a kata refresher. Then I showed both step katas once again, and then I introduced the first Cobra Kai Karate Mode workout, and that was a lot of fun. And after that, I showed off my belt testing, and that was a lot of fun. And then that leads us to the next season. Now it's time for Cobra Kai Season 5. And this was a pretty cool season. Like, whoa. A lot was happening. Like, Miguel was the best coach to see his father, which wasn't really a good dude. Like, Hector, whew. Like, Miguel was in danger for a bit because of Hector. That's all I'm gonna say. Robbie and Johnny go looking for him. And yes, Robbie too, because Robbie finally makes up with his dad, which is awesome. Like, but Miguel and Robbie at this point were not friends yet. They eventually have a fight in the 5th episode, and that's finally when they become friends. And man, it's cool seeing Robbie and Miguel working together. Like, they finally work out their differences, and from episode 5 of season 5 onward, like, they're friends. I mean, they do have moments in season 6 where they're not really friendly, but it's nice seeing them be friends, like after that epic fight that they had in the apartment. But before that, they're not friends. Johnny does his best to make them friends because they do have a baby on the way at this point. Like, Johnny and Carmen started dating back in like season 3, and it just got serious. Like, so Johnny wants Miguel and Robbie to get along because of that, because they're gonna be brothers at this point. Because Robbie's related to Johnny, and Miguel is related to Carmen, and Johnny and Carmen are together. So yeah, Johnny does everything to like try to get them together. Like, they went to Olive Garden, wasted bread because they walked out, and they had a fight, they had a little spat at the water park, like dojos as well, karate rivalry, and oh, they also got ready for the Saikai Taikai. They had to do a little bar match for that, and Hawk's fighting wasn't really that good in this season, or in season 6. I don't know what happened. Like, he won a tournament in season 4, but then after that, I don't know what happened. Like Kenny really hurt him in the scene, and I don't know what happened. And then Sam's and Miguel's relationship ended because Sam, I don't know, was having some issues with karate again. Like, Sam really annoys me, and I mean, Miguel, okay, yeah, he messed up the relationship at first, season 1, but he's different in this season, and Sam, like, is the one that messes up. They do eventually get back together at the end of the season, but God, seeing that breakup because of Sam, I get why they first initially broke up in season 1, but then after that, things are different, so I don't know. Sam just annoys me sometimes, and this is one of those moments. He was like getting serious with relationship, like about to give Sam a bracelet, and she eventually like finds it, and Miguel's moved on, but she didn't, so she gets mad at him for that. I hate that. And I mean, it started at the prom, like at the prom, but God, Sam is not really a good character. I don't know. I'm glad they eventually get back together, because like, dude, like having Miguel and Sam together, and also Tori and Robbie like together. Like it just works. And season 5 ends off with this like epic fight at Cobra Kai, like the flagship location. Like, oh my god, that fight was so fun. It's not as dramatic as school fight, but it's still really epic. It's like another karate brawl at Cobra Kai. Like all the Cobra Kai students versus Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that fight. I also enjoyed how they actually ended the season. Like Terry, he gets his butt beat by Daniel. I mean, at first Daniel, he does get hurt by Terry, like really hurt, but after he gets better, he finds the courage to like start Miyagi-Do again, and he beats Terry Silver with the crane kick. Funny enough. And at least to a happy ending for everybody almost, but not Terry, because he goes to jail. And John Crazy actually gets out. Like he was in prison because Terry, and he gets out. He escapes and goes to before season 6, we don't know where, but turns out he went to Korea, but we're not gonna like go there yet. At this point, it was time for season 4 for Cobra Kai Karate. It was a pretty fun season actually. Like I started out with something different because at this point, Taekwondo guess was like done for katas, but karate guess still had like katas to do. And even as a black belt, there's still a lot of katas. There's still a lot more new katas I'm gonna learn soon. And because of that, I didn't want it to just be katas for karate guests, so I did something different. I did eat Cobra Kai foods for a day. So I took foods from each season and I had the randomizer like pick which food I'm gonna have for the day, and that was a pretty fun video. I picked pretty decent foods. Some of them I had to like buy, some of them I could like make here, and it was a lot of fun. After that, I did another Taekwondo versus karate video, but this time I showed the differences between karate in general, like karate and Taekwondo in general. I showed off the sparring gear again because that is different. I think I showed it off a lot better in this video than I did in when I first did sparring gear video. I don't know why I thought that was like a good start to a season, but it was in 2020. I didn't really have the best filming skills. I just started using the green screen. And I just started season 2, so things were different back. After that video, actually my first Cobra Kai Karate skit. It was pretty funny. I did like a day life sort of thing. Like I started out with the karate character and the real life character, like get ready in the morning and eventually go to school, and I simulated the school fight. It was so funny. Like playing that Tori character. Oh, it was so funny. It's so fun. Like me getting knocked out by Tori and then like waking up in bed like, oh my gosh. It was so funny. It was so fun to do that scene. And then after that, I did a karate nerd workout. He's like another karate YouTuber that does like karate videos like full time on his channel. And I did this like workout where you like practice the kata. And I practiced my favorite one, Pina Godon, which looks something like this. It was like a lot of fun, like breaking that kata down and doing that workout. And then I did the Cobra Kai Karate review. At that point, it was for only 4 seasons, and it was nice to get just to like sit down and like review what I thought about Cobra Kai. And now it's time for season 6, part 1. Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1. Before this, we found out through a trailer that this is going to be the last season of Cobra Kai. And that meant the last season for Cobra Kai Karate as well. But it wasn't going to be like just 10 episodes all together. It was actually going to be broken up in like 3 parts. And each part was going to be 5 episodes. And that's exactly what I did with Cobra Kai Karate Month. But I want to discuss each part separately. Part 1 wasn't really that great. They were like getting ready for the Saikai Taikai, and they had like a happy beginning, like it mimicked season 1, like the breakfast scene and whatnot. That was a fun scene and all, like that recreation. And then it was fun seeing Miguel and Robbie like fighting, become captain, and the tests they were doing were kind of silly, like chicken tests. Like, what was that? Devin, like, she was a new character from season 4. She was kind of annoying, like, trying to get Mike to, like, notice her, which was a character from season 5. Like, those scenes were, like, fun and all, but wasn't really the best season for me. I think the reason why it fell short is because it was only 5 episodes, and we had to, like, wait a bit before part 2. And also, Tori sadly, like, lost a mom, like, which sucked. And it caused her to, like, go back to Cobra Kai. And she left the dojo, but at first I didn't think she was gonna go back to Cobra Kai, but she did. Yeah, Cobra Kai is still around, and that's actually John Kreese going to Korea. There's Cobra Kai students there. We meet Quan and some other people. Like, oh my god, Quan. He takes Cobra Kai to a whole new level. Sadly, in part 2, we lose him, but I don't want to, like, get to that yet. But I feel like the good parts about part 1 is meeting Quan, the captain fight, and, like, leading up to that, and the fact that we're left on a cliffhanger about Tori, like, join Cobra Kai. Like, that was a good cliffhanger. And as for season 5, part 1, like, Cobra Kai Karate, I had a lot of fun with the season. Like, I had, like, a dramatic trailer once again, not in a sense of what I did for season 2, because, like, it was coming to the end, like, Cobra Kai, so I went to, like, had the same feel that Cobra Kai had, like, that trailer. Like, oh, it's kind of sad that it's ending, but it's going to be epic. Like, this end is going to be epic kind of thing. And yeah, that's what I did, like, with it. And season 5, part 1 was a lot of fun to film. Like, I started out with kata refreshers from Karate Guest at first, and then I did kata refreshers from Taekwondo for the second episode. It was fun doing all the katas again at one time. And then, this is something I should have done, like, earlier on, or for, like, season 1 or season 2, and that is how to, like, tie your belt. And then, I actually got a new weapon. I actually got karate size, and it was, like, a lot of fun. Like, I did a video where I had Karate Guests, Taekwondo guests, show them how to use karate size. That was, like, a lot of fun. And then after that, I did another skit, like things that happened in Cobra Kai. That was a lot of fun. Started out with the tournament scene, and then it had like other stuff that happens in Cobra Kai in it. And also, when I filmed that season, I was getting ready to go to camp, to Camp Tango for the second time. So it was interesting, like having those videos come out while I was at camp. And I was like home for the summer for like the other videos, so yeah, it was different having those come out like while I was at camp. I filmed them before camp, obviously, but yeah. Anyway, that leads to season 6, part 2. Part 2 of season 6 was a whole lot better. Like, this is where the Saikai actually happens. Like, almost every other episode of this part was Saikai, and oh my god, it was a lot of fun. You know, different challenges, whatnot, and sadly Miguel was not the captain. Robbie was. I mean, he deserved to win. Like, he won that fight, but he never won a tournament. So I'm kind of glad he actually got the captain position. Like, he really wanted it instead of Miguel, but Robbie's the one that got it. And he's not really doing the best as captain, and Miguel's getting a little angry at him again. I kind of wish Robbie was like a better captain, but he does get better later on for that tournament. But since Tori's in Cobra Kai, they're having like relationship issues, so that's part of like why he's unfocused and unbalanced. We also meet other new characters, Axel and Zara from the Iron Dragons. Like, oh my gosh, their fighting is a lot better than Cobra Kai. Like, whoa. And find out Terry Silver is like working with them. Like, he somehow got out of jail and he's working with Iron Dragons. Like, and Saikai was so epic. And that leads to the last episode of that part, episode 10. Like, Axel and Robert are gonna fight, and when they do, like, Axel's like untouchable and he pushes Robbie into Quan, and that starts a full-on brawl. This brawl? Oh my god. I hate to say this about the school fight, but it's House school fight. Like, what the heck? It was crazy. And, like, every single person in that arena, or room, starts fighting, and it's like on live television. A camera even falls down, like, ah! It was like a lot of fun. But sadly, it ends on a bad note. Like, Quan picks up this knife that John Kreese found in the last part, which was like a really weird scene, by the way. Like, John Kreese gets bit by a snake, like a cobra, like a freaking cobra in the scene, and it has like these visions that are just weird. Like, I don't understand what was happening in it, and that's where he gets this knife. And he was gonna kill Terry Silver with it. Like, I think he was gonna like take it out and then stab Terry with it somehow, but didn't get a chance to because it fell, and Kwan actually gets it. He was gonna try to like do this like kick and stab Axel with it, but he lands on the knife, and there was this gut-wrenching scream. Daniel was trying to get to him, but it was too late, and turns out he died. It was like really dramatic, like it wasn't like Miguel where there's a chance of survival, but I kind of had hope he'll be alright, but there was like blood coming out, so there was really no chance that was okay, but I had slight hope he's alright, but yeah. It didn't look good for him, and yeah, that's how part 2 ended, and that leaves us to, on that pretty dire note, they even cut the feed, like, because of it. But we find out in the next part that he didn't make it. But before that, I want to talk about Cobra Kai Karate Season 5 Part 2. At this point, it was Halloween, like, it was Halloween month. I posted this after Halloween actually, so technically it could have been like a regular episode, but Halloween month was still going on because I haven't filmed the Destroying Pumpkin video yet. So I did like a Halloween Cobra Kai Karate month skit. It was a lot of fun, especially that fight. Like there's skits where I had like a big fight like that, and I just like rewatch it like every time because it was so fun and funny to like watch. Like those scenes take like a lot of effort to film, but it's a lot of fun, and I thought that would be a perfect way to start part 2, like with a Halloween Cobra Kai Karate Month skit. It was like a Cobra Kai versus real life Halloween edition skit, and after that it was time for the last Halloween type video, and that's because I had karate guests this time destroy the worst fucking ever. It was similar to what I did in season 2, but it was karate guests this time, and unfortunately Taekwondo guests won't get the chance to destroy the gingerbread house because, well, Cobra Kai Karate Month after this episode will be over. But anyway, after that episode, I had karate guests and Taekwondo guests team up again for the basics in karate and Taekwondo. I did videos similar to this already, but I thought it would be interesting to like show the similarities between each style, which was like a lot of fun to do. And then in the next episode, I actually showed off 2 new katas once again, and then I finally reviewed season 5 and season 6, like part 1. That was like the last episode of season 5, part 2. And then finally, final part of season 6. Wow, the way this started out was epic. Like, it takes place a few weeks or so after what happened at the tournament. Like, I kind of wish they started it, like, right after the tournament, but, like, right after they cut the feed, paramedics, like, come in, like, check the Kwan, but they didn't start it like that. Like, they started with the funeral of Kwan, and that's when we found out he's not good. And then, basically, everyone's not wanting to do karate. Like, Daniel, he even got rid of his bonsai trees. Find out Terry's not doing well either, and that he wants, like, the tournament to, like, go on, even though Kwan really died because of this tournament. I was a little bummed that this is happening. I saw the trailer for this part though, so I knew the tournament was gonna happen at some point, but I was like seeing this first episode, I was like, what's going on with the tournament? But it happened, so that's good, and I like how the rest of the tournament happened. Like, they're not in Barcelona anymore, they didn't go there. They actually had a tournament, like, at the All Valley. Gumper, the guy who had the tournament, who was like the host of the tournament, to All Valley and like talked to them, because everyone eventually agreed about the tournament like restarted, and yeah, like the tournament was happening. Axel really hurts Robbie in this tournament. Like Robbie's finally able to get some punches and kicks in on Axel, but breaks his leg. And the scream was just as bad as Kwan's scream. Oh my gosh. And that kind of upset me a bit because I wanted Robbie to win something, like win a tournament, but it was not. But Miguel, like, steps in because Johnny brings back Cobra Kai. And that's thanks to Don Kreese, like, having a soft spot and finally giving Cobra Kai back to him. Johnny, oh my god, like, he has this emotional scene with Don Kreese. I didn't think I was gonna see Johnny like this. Like, wow. William Zaxa really killed that scene, like, with his emotions. I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, he gets Cobra Kai back and Miguel fights Axel, and he has these flashbacks of, like, what he's learned throughout the series, like, during the fight. It's, like, really epic. It was so epic. And the fights they had with Miguel, Robbie, and Johnny, like, yes, Miguel, like, after the fight that Miguel won, they were, like, tied, so they had to have the Sensei's fight. So Sensei Whoop and Johnny Lawrence fight, like, oh my gosh, it was an epic fight. It was a lot of fun seeing them fight. And like Johnny, he actually has this daughter and marries Carmen, so that's also really epic too. I'm glad it happened. And then after the tournament, we had the ending of Cobra Kai, where Johnny and Daniel are at this like restaurant, and they're referencing back to Karate Kid, and it was a weird ending, but it was a good ending. Like, they're finally friends. Like, they've been friends for a while, but like, I'm not at the point where they like hang out and be friends. And Johnny is teaching Cobra Kai again because Daniel actually gives him back the dojo like before they fight as Cobra Kai. And it was cool seeing Johnny be at Cobra Kai again. That's where his karate roots are. Fortunately, Miguel wasn't there because he actually went to Stanford. Like, first he goes to Okinawa with Sam. Yep, she went to Okinawa, kind of like her dad, like before her in season 3. And yeah, all these characters get like good endings, except for John Kreese and Terry Silver. Like, Terry Silver was going crazy in this part. Like, there's this guy from Karate Kid Part 3 that comes back in this part, and season 6 Part 2 as well. And Terry sends him to go kidnap his family, like kidnap Baby and Carmen. And probably Miguel as well. Like, what the heck? What was Terry up to? Like, that was just crazy. But John Kreese saves the day, beats up Dennis, and they actually blow up with the ship. Like, they're on a yacht, and John Kreese sacrifices himself to, like, kill Terry. And I actually spoiled that scene for myself. I watched it on YouTube thinking, what? Where's this gonna happen at in the series? And the only downfall about the scene is the next day is when Wolf and Johnny fight, and no one says anything. I'm hoping for a spin-off where they talk about it, or they reference it in the new movie that is coming out. Yes, there is a new movie coming out. Might not be a new season of Cobra Kai Karate Mode, but I'm hoping to do something for that. But anyway, let's talk about the last part of Cobra Kai Karate Mode. Because this is like the last part of Cobra Kai Karate Mode, I wanted to do something extra special. I wanted to like go back a little bit to season 4 and do Eating Cobra Kai Foods for a Day video again. This time, season 5 and season 6 foods. It was kind of weird having shrimp for breakfast with my eggs I had, and the pizza was good, and the sugar cookies were not so good, but it was fun doing that video. And then second episode was supposed to be a skit, but that ended up coming out a little later because, well, I got a really bad cold, unfortunately, so I had to recover from that before doing any more intense videos. So I made the second video be the Cobra Kai Karate Mode workout again. I did that again because I wanted to bring back some old stuff for this last part, and it was fun to do the workout again. It took multiple days to film it because I wanted to do a scene outside, but it rained on the day that I wanted to do it, so I had to do like a bunch of stuff inside first. And after that, I did like a little Week in Life video, like doing videos for Cobra Kai Karate Mode. Fortunately, I didn't show like every video in that video because I wasn't able to finish all the videos in that amount of time. It's March 25th, and I'm just now filming the last episode, so yeah. But I wanted that video to come out. And then, like I said, this episode was supposed to be episode 12, but it was episode 14. And that was the Cobra Kai Karate Mode skit. I did like, it sounds right, I did that skit. It was like Cobra Kai versus real life once again, but different things were shown in it. Some were like similar, some weren't, but it was still a lot of fun doing this skit. Like, it was like kind of sad knowing this is like the last time I would do a skit for Cobra Kai Karate Mode. And then that leads us to this video where we talk about Cobra Kai Karate Mode and Cobra Kai. This video was like a lot of fun to make. I can't believe it's the last episode of Cobra Kai Karate Mode. Like, ever. Like, after this, no more Cobra Kai Karate Mode videos, because Cobra Kai ended like a month ago, so it's time for Cobra Kai Karate Mode to come to an end. It was fun working with karate guests and taekwondo guests for all these years making these videos, so I'm gonna go end the video with them. So let's go, or all began. Well, not exactly where it all began, but it is where we met taekwondo guests and karate guests for the first time. In this very dojo. This is where taekwondo guests and karate guests showed off the sparring gear and katas that they learned in taekwondo and karate. Technically, where this all began was in the room. This is actually where Cobra Kai Karate Mode started taking shape. Since season 2, karate guests and taekwondo guests have been staples of Cobra Kai Karate Mode, and this is where y'all first met them. Karate guests and Taekwondo guests, I'm gonna miss y'all. It's been an excellent journey with y'all, and I hope y'all continue doing Taekwondo and karate, and I'll also continue watching Cobra Kai, and I want y'all to do that as well during y'all's free time. I can't believe it's all coming to the ending already. It was like just yesterday, I was in here, I was a green belt, doing katas for the first time for Cobra Kai Karate Month, and then eventually it got to the point where I introduced both of y'all, and then it became something more. It was nice having y'all around for all these years, and I'm glad y'all got along as well. Anyway, I think it's time to end Cobra Kai Karate Month officially. But before that, look, here is a video of everything we've done throughout Cobra Kai Karate Month. It's karate time. Ha!
Let's do it from now.
This is so epic! Woo! Martial arts interactive workout. Nachos, really? Oh my god. That being said, it's time to end it. Are y'all ready? Alright. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the Cobra Kai Karate Month series with myself, karate guests, and Taekwondo guests. Hope y'all enjoyed Cobra Kai. Don't forget to keep on signing.